uh, this software is Packet Tracer 5.0 by Cisco. So we are going to create some basic tutorial using the Packet Tracer, like some data sent from one PC to another via router, hub, and two switches, and those kind of things. So let's start from the simplest one. So I'm going to create a node so that you guys will easily understand so what I'm going to do here. So if I'll send data, first I'll send data from one PC to another, so it will be a PC to PC connection. Okay, so here the device, so one PC is the N device, right? So I have to select the N device and take a PC, click on that and click on the screen. So here is my first computer. I have virtual computer I have placed on the placed here. So I have to take another PC. So here is PC 0 and PC 1. So let's like rename it by their IP address. So I have to place the IP address. So it will be great helpful if I put the IP address as the name of the PC. So it is going to be 192.168.1 and 2. As we know that the first IP address is reserved for router, so we are not going to use the first IP address. We are going to use the second IP address or any other IP address, not just 1 and 1. So here I am going to create the second IP address like 192.168.1 and 3, as the both PC under the same network, like under the same router, as I'm not going to create the router here, so it's under the same network, right? So when you connect two PC under the same network, it will be the same IP address pattern. Okay, so when you are going to connect two same device, you have to use the crossover connection here. Like these are the cable sign. So if you click on the cable sign, you will get various kind of cables here. So one of the cables is this is straight through copper cable, and it's like crossover copper cable. So as it is the same device, same type device as these two are same PC, so devices are same, so I have to use the crossover connection. So here I'm going to create the crossover connection. Okay, the connection is created, so I have to assign the IP address to first PC. So let's go and do that. So from here I'll go to the IP configuration and I'll put the IP address 192.168.1 and 2. So if you click here, it will be it will create the subnet mask for you, and as we know, the subnet mask will be 255.255.255 and 0. So let's go and create for the second one. So 192.168.1 and 3. Let's see whether the connection is established or not. So I'm going to ping over to the PC1 from the PC2. Like you have to open the command prompt and type the ping and the IP address of the first PC, like 192.168.1 and 2. So let's see whether it is connecting or not. Yes, it's successfully connected. If you see on the reply from the second PC is getting reply from the first one, so it's connected. Okay, so let's see virtually, like is this simulation. So let's see the simulation of whether it is working or not. So you have to select the source and the destination for the simulator, and click on the capture forward or auto capture, whatever you choose. So I'm choosing auto capture. So here if you see that the status is successful, and if you click on the auto capture, it will just continuously sending message from one end to another end. So let's just close it, and that is the first like PC to PC connection that we have successfully done. So let's save it, like PC to PC connection. Okay, so we have done our first task. So we are going to now we'll do the PC to PC connection using a switch, right? So now we are going to create the PC to PC connection using the switch. So let's do that. I'll not save it as I have saved it earlier. So let's do that. Select the N device. Let's write what we are going to do here. PC to PC connection using switch, right? So it's going to PC to PC connection using switch. So let's select the N device that is the PC, and select the other N device that is another PC. So here is the router, here is the switches. So let's select one switch and place it here. So as we have done earlier, we are going to name the PC using the IP address. That will be the IP address of that PC. So 192.168.1 and 2, and for the second case 192.168.1, and it is going to be 3. Okay, so we are created the two PC here and named them. So the switch is named switch 0. So let's connect them with the wire. Now we are connecting the PC to switch and switch to PC. So it will be a straight throw, right? So as those are not the same device, like I am connecting from the PC to switch and from the switch to the PC, right? So now they are connected, but I have to give the IP address of the first PC and the second PC. So let's go and do that. 192.168.1 and 2. So the subnet mask will be the 255.255 and 255.0. So let's give the second PC the IP address. So 192.168.1.3. okay. So here you are seeing that the lights are turned into green. So that means that they are connected, but we have to check them whether they are connected or not. Let's see it on the real time. Let's do the ping first. So if we run the ping command from the first PC, I have to ping it to the second one. Let's okay. So 192.168.1.3. that is the IP address of the second PC, right? So I have to ping them to check whether the two PC are connected or not. So let's do that. Yeah, they are connected, and they're the first one is getting reply from the second one. That's what I wanted to check. So let's close it and check by visualization, like they're using the simulator. Let's do that. Open up the simulator and click on the add simple PDU. So let's select the source and the destination and do the auto capture, or you can capture the forward. Click on the capture the forward, whatever you do. So let's click on the auto capture. Okay, so the send to the switch, and then switch send to the the second PC. So here it is, the status is in progress, right? So let's see. Okay, we have successfully done that, and the connection between those two PCs using the switch has done. So we have seen that. uh, let's do the third one. We'll do the third one using the PC to PC connection using a hub. Okay, now we are going to do the PC to PC connection using the hub. Okay, so let's write it first. PC to PC connection using hub. Okay, I'm little slow on the typing. So let's select the end device, which is going to be a PC, obviously. Okay, let's select another one. Let's set another one. So let's select the hub. Here the hub, you can select any hub like this one. So let's name the first PC using the IP address of the PC as we have done earlier. So it is going to be 192.168.1.2. so 192.168.1.3. okay, so we are going to connect them using a wire, so it will be a copper straight through, right? So as those are not the same devices, so we are going to use the copper straight. Okay, so here the green sign is always good, because the green sign shows you that the connection is established. Though we did not set the IP address of those two PCs, so let's set it now. 192.168.1.2. okay, let's ping between those two PC and see whether the connection is established or not. In that case, I'm going to ping it from the second PC, like so. I have to give the ping command using the IP of the first PC, right? Because I am going to reach to the first one. Okay, so they are connected. As we can see, they are pinging correctly, so it's connected. So let's see it on virtually. This is the source and this is the destination. Let's see. So the status is in progress because it's doing its job. Finished his job, so it's like on the go. Okay, it has successfully the connection is successfully established, as you can see here. So that's and the PC to PC connection using the hub. Now we are going to do the PC to PC connection using one switch and one router. Let's see whether it works or not. So now we are going to do the PC to PC connection using the router and switch. So it will be PC to PC connection using switch and router. Okay, so let's create the end devices. So here is PC1, here is PC2. Let's select the switch, here is the switch, and let's select the router. So in this case we are going to use the 1841 model, and I am suggesting you to use this one because it's easy to configure. Okay, let's rename the PCs using the IP address that we have done earlier. So let's do that. 192.168.1.2. okay, the PC2 192.168.1, sorry, 1.3. What I'm going to do now is I'll configure the router now. So let's configure the router first. Okay, so here is the router is on. You have to make sure that router is off, and then you have to look at this those two blank port case. So you have to put to like this one, drag this one here, and this one, select this one and drag this one here. Okay, then on the switch. Okay, the router is on now. Now you have to what you need to do, that you have to configure the router, right? So when you are configuring the router, you have to click on the fast Ethernet and make sure the port status is on, and type the router IP, which is the first IP of the network. So 192.168.1 and 1. So the subnet mask will be the 255.255.255 and 0. Now what I will do, that I will connect them using the straight through. So let's do that. Okay, so the connection is established. We have to wait till all the dot color turn into green. So let's wait, because it means that connection is successfully established and we can do the ping and other stuff. Otherwise you will get errors. So let's wait. Okay, one more to go. Okay, every light is turned into the green. So let's check whether the first PC is connected to the router and the second PC using the ping command. So let's do that. Go there. Okay, so I forgot to set the IP address for those two PCs. So let's set the IP address first. I have to set the default gateway, and that is the IP address of the router. That is okay. So let's do that. This IP address will be default gateway will be 1, as those two PCs under the same router. So the PC's IP address are set. Let's see those are connected or not. So let me do the ping command. Let's see first it is connected to the router or not. So the router IP address is 192.168.1 and 1. So let's see, and it's pinging. That means the first PC is connected to the router. Let's see whether it is connected to the second PC or not. And the IP address of the second PC is 3, and it's connected to the second PC. Let's see the second PC is connected to the router or not. Well, it will be connected obviously. So let's see, 192.168.1.1, that is the IP address of the router. I'm pinging from the second PC, so let's see, and it's connected to the router. So let's see in virtually, like using the simulator. I'm opening the simulator and select the source and the destination and do the capture forward, or if I click on the auto capture, it will do the all the things for us. So let's click on the auto capture. Okay, so here are the status in progress, and it's doing its jobs. Let's clear everything and see whether our router status is it's good or not, because uh, the message should go to the router, and there will be a cross sign, but it is not going to the router, it is going to the second PC only. Let's see. So the port status is on, everything is good, looking good. So let's see, this is not we don't need it, so everything is good. Okay, so let's see again the second PC. The second configuration is good. Okay, the first configuration, that is also good. So let's see again, let's do the task again. Let's see whether it goes to the router or not. It goes to the switch. Okay, it goes to the router. Great. Okay, back to the switch. Back to the first piece. Good. Let's see whether it goes to the router from the second one. Okay, it goes to the switch. Good. Goes to the router 0. Okay, router. And back to the switch. And back to the PC. Okay, so let's clear all and let's see from PC to PC2. Let's forward. Nope. Okay, so it's good though, but I have to check whether everything is good or not. Okay, let's off the router and on it again. Okay, it's booting. The router is restarting. Let's see. It is taking much more time than usual. Okay, Now let's see whether without the router this two is working or not. So that was the problem whole time, like the message is not sending to the router, it's just doing the stuff between those two using the switch, but I want to send the message to the router as well. So that is the problem. Actual problem is happening. Still the router is booting. No. Okay, great. So let's see. Okay, let's see. Come on. Let's have the IP. So okay, I have forgot to turn on ports. The spanning T is checking, and it will turn into green zone. Come on, man. Let's ping to the router. Okay, let's see now. We'll do the ping command. To the router. Work it, man. Now it's working. You are watching that the message is going to the router as well as the second PC. Come back from the second PC successfully because the router is receiver. So that is the PC to PC connection using switch and router. Okay, so where next we are going to establish the connection between two PC using the only router, not switch. So it will be only using the router. Now we are going to connect two PC using router. So it will be PC to PC connection using router. Okay, so for that you have to actually let's set our end device PC1, PC2, and select the router, in the case 1841 model. Okay, we have set our devices. So first configure the router. So you have to make sure that the router is on, otherwise the pop-up will be like it will off the device, so there will be a pop-up. Let's set our ports, turn on the device. let's go to the PC 0, so rename it using your IP address. So in that case you have to wait 3 keys, so it will be 192.168.1.2, and for the PC2 you have to change the IP address like 192.168.2 and 3, or 2, you can put it on 2. Why? So we are using router, and I'll tell you why we are using these two different IP address. Like in the previous one it was like 1 and 1, so it's not the same IP address, like under the same network. So let's see why it's happening. Let's set the IP address of the first PC. So it will be 2, and the submit command will be the same, and the default gateway will be the 1. Okay, so for the second PC it will be like 2 and 2, and the default gateway will be 2.1. Why? So the answer is here. Let's see that it has 2 ports to connect, like the Ethernet to connect to the router. So I have to make sure that one port has the 1 and 1, like the first address of one network, and make sure the port status is on, and you have to do the same thing for the second one, but it's in the other network, like 2.1. okay, because where the router has 2 different ports for connecting the first Ethernet, to connect to the PC directly. Usually we don't connect routers to PC directly, we use a hub or switch to connect to the router to the PC. So that is why we cannot keep it in the same network. So for that reason we have to make sure the 2 Ethernet ports are on the different network. Okay, so let's connect to them. And one thing here, if you are going to connect PC to PC using router, you have to use the crossover. Okay, so turns into green. Okay, so those are turns into green. So let's see our ping command whether it reached to the router or not. 168.1 and 1, that is the first port, first Ethernet port address of the router. So let's see from the first PC. Yes, okay, it's pinging, great. Let's see from the second. And whether it is going to hit the second port of the router. Okay, it's pinging. Okay, let's see now the second PC whether it is going to hit the first PC and give the reply, take the reply from the first PC. So let's see that. So the first PC IP address is 2, right? Okay, it's pinging. Now we are sure that the connection is established. Let's see visually. So this is the source and this is the destination. Okay, the message is sending. I actually like to work on the packet tracer because it's amazing. It's amazing because we can see the visuals, and you can play around with if you like to, if you like lots of networking, so you can play around the packet tracer. It's a fun, always it's a fun. So now we're what we are going to do, will go on a next step, and it will be, it will be using two PC and two switch. Let's see. Let's begin. So it will be PC to PC connection using two router and two switch. So let's set the devices first. Go to the N device and select one PC and place it here. Select the second one and place it here, and go to the switch, place a switch here, and again place a switch here. So now we have to take the router. So take one router here. In that case, I'm going to use the 1841 because it's easy to configure, as I have said earlier on my previous tutorials. So let's see. Let's configure the router first. So you have to make sure you off the router and take this one and drag this one, and take this one and drag this one. Those are for the ports. We have to make sure the ports are there. So let's I'm forgot to off it, on it. So let's go to the second router and make sure it's off, then drag this and the Ethernet ports there and make sure it's on. Okay, so before we configure the routers, let's configure the PC first. Okay, so those two PC will be under the two different router, that means two different network. We have to pick our IP accordingly, like, so the IP of the first PC will be 192.168.1.2. okay, so the IP of the second PC will be 192.168.2.2, because those two PCs are under those under two different routers. So we have to make sure that those two PCs IP is not under one network, like. So now we are going to connect them. Let's connect them. Okay, when you connect two routers with each other, you have to select the last tool here. That is the serial DT to connect between two routers, and it will be the connection of the port. So make sure that you connected them by ports. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'll set the PC. I'll configure the PCs, like, so that it will be the IP of the first PC, great, and the default gateway will be the IP of the router. Okay, so let's set the second PCs. Let's set the second PC. Let's make the second PC configured. So let's go there. So the IP will be 2, sorry, and the default gateway will be the IP address of the router, that is the router 1, because this PC is under the router 1. So let's go to the router 0 and configure it. So it will be tricky, right? So watch carefully. So I have to make sure the port is on and do the configuration of the first one. Subnet mask, great. So you have to make sure because the router is connected by a port, right? So you have to make sure the port connection is on. The clock rate is set to 6400, and make sure the IP address of those two ports is for the first one it will be 10.0.0.1, and the subnet mask will be 255 255 and 255 and 252. Okay, so let's go to the second router and make the configuration for the second one. So it will be 2.1 and let's say, so the port will be the, we have to set the port, right? So let's set the port. Okay, so the port will be the 10.0.0.2. okay, they are connected by a different port, but the subnet mask will be the same. 2. Now you have to do another thing, like if you see on the on here, you are like, you will see that all the lights are turned into greens, but they are not. If you want to send message from one PC to another, it will not be sent. So you will see that the router and router is connected, and the first PC to the router is connected, and second PC to this router 1 is connected, but the message will not send, because you have to give the route of the route for the traveling the message. So you have to type some command here. So let's do that. It will be IP route. So it will be like, it is traveling like, let me see which one I'm doing. So if I'm configuring the router 0, so if I configure the router 0, I have to set it for the second one, right? So it will be 192.168.2.0. okay, and because the one is used, so we have to make sure that it is 0, right? So the subnet, we have to put the subnet mask also, and then we have to put the port address of the second router here. Let's enter it. Okay, it's done, but we have to make sure it's done. For that, you have to write a comment like do wr, and the configuration is built, right, for the first one. So let's go for the second one. So here is the IP route command, and you have to do make the route to router 0, and for that you have to type the IP of the first router. It's not the IP, it's just you have to select the route to 1.0, and you have to give the default mask, which is in that case 255.255.255.0, and you have to select the port of the first router, as I am configuring the second router now. Okay, it's good. So let's am I missing something? No, it's good. Okay, so the configuration is built. So let's see, ping from the first PC to the router 0, right? So ping 192.168.1.1. so it is the IP address of the first router. Let's see. it's pinging. Okay, so let's see from the second one. Let's reach to the second router from the second PC. Okay, it's also ping. So let's see whether the second PC can reach to the first PC. Okay, through those router and switches. So that's what is our target, right? So the IP address of the first PC is 192.168.1 and 2. Yes, it can reach to the first one. So as we are seeing that those two PCs pinging, that means they are good. We can send the data from first PC to second one. Let's see. The status is in progress because it is not completed. So let's see. So the letter is following. It's always amazing to see visually that the data is traveling through, how the data is traveling through the switch and routers. I always find much fun by doing those, like doing this tutorial for fun, and also for my learning process. When I search through the internet, I didn't find the exact tutorial I'm looking for, because yeah, there's a problem. Those in those tutorials, the configuration of the router was not there, and I literally have hard time to understand how to configure them, like configure the router. I just did the video for that because the router was not configured on the other tutorials. They have the routers configured and they didn't show that. So I had to have the hard time to understand how they are working. So it's the PC to PC connection using two routers and two switches. So there's the that is the end for today. I'll see you on my next tutorials. Good luck and have a great fun with packet tracer. Thanks.